You are trying to get rich, maintaining the same poor mind that created your current reality? This will never work. No more excuses. You're not trapped in poverty because of a lack of opportunity. You're trapped because you refuse to bury the weak version of yourself. The truth is hard. You need to let the you who failed, who procrastinated, who sabotaged himself. Only then is the you who conquers, accomplishes, and attracts everything he wants. This is necessary death. The only one who is reborn in the form of power, abundance, and purpose. In this video, we will activate your metamorphosis. The time has come to bury your old identity and breathe life into the powerful being you were born to be. Today I'll show you how to kill that old self and awaken the unbeatable being that was born to thrive. But I'll warn you right away. This video is only for the brave. Are you ready for this rebirth? So don't you dare leave here. It's the moment of truth. You've already pushed this decision for too long. How many versions of yourself will you still bury in failure before finally awakening who you were born to be? This video, it's not comfort, it's confrontation. Here, you will face head-on everything that has held you back until today. Fears, excuses, the old story you tell to justify stagnation. But pay attention. What starts now is not just any change. It's an identity transition. It is the beginning of your highest calling. You are faced with a choice. Keep carrying the old me, or courageously embark on the journey that transforms ordinary men into living legends. If you stay, you will leave here reborn. Understand that sacrifice is not losing, it is exchanging something good for something even better. Hello, I'm Prosperous, your mentor on the Enriching Attitude channel. First, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It was created for your prosperity. Now come with me. To transform the reality around us, it's essential to understand a deeply rooted truth present in every culture since the dawn of humanity. To gain something new, we must give up something in return. This principle, often disguised under the term sacrifice, is not about losing but about a strategic and conscious exchange. Let's unravel this concept together, a concept that has long been misunderstood and viewed negatively. There are three dimensions of existence: mental, spiritual, and physical. Harmonizing these dimensions is fundamental for us to effectively manifest the reality we desire. Here, sacrifice does not refer to dark rituals or alarming conspiracy theories that circulate out there. Instead, it's about understanding and applying the universe's logic. The exchange, the conscious renunciation of lower states to achieve higher states. When we open ourselves to reframe the concept of sacrifice, we realize that it's actually an invitation to evolve. To reach heights never explored before, we must reinvent ourselves, abandon who we were to make room for who we can become. This is the true sacrifice, a deliberate and valuable metamorphosis that positions us on the path to effectively manifesting our boldest dreams and aspirations. Sometimes we ask ourselves, if we have access to so much knowledge, why do we still face so many challenges? Here we are, standing before the unknown, seeking answers that seem to slip away when we need them most. But first and foremost, we must understand a fundamental truth about the universe. It operates through exchanges. This is not merely an esoteric concept, but a practical reality that permeates every aspect of our existence. To achieve the reality we desire, an exchange must take place. This is inevitable. Just as we cannot inhale without first exhaling, we cannot receive the new without releasing the old. This involves sacrifices, not in the traditional sense of loss, but as a conscious choice to let go of what no longer serves us in favor of what we deeply desire. So, write this down, reflect deeply, and share your thoughts in the comments. How can you apply this exchange in your life? How can you transform what you have today into what you desire for tomorrow? Remember, transformation begins when we actively decide to participate in the exchanges the universe offers us. After all, we are woven from the same cosmic fabric that governs the stars, and understanding this is the first step toward true personal transformation. Imagine yourself standing before a tranquil lake. Before you can see the moon's reflection on the water, the surface must be calm. This simple act of stillness mirrors the exchange the universe demands from us. To receive, we must first give. It's impossible to capture the moon's reflection without first stilling the waters of our own lives. This is the essence of exchange, intrinsic to the fabric of our being, as fundamental as breathing. When we inhale, our body prepares to receive oxygen, but first we must exhale the old air, saturated with carbon dioxide. This cycle of giving before receiving is replicated in every part of nature. For instance, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, engaging in a vital exchange with the environment that sustains life on Earth. This universal principle of exchange extends to all our aspirations and desires. If we wish to manifest a new reality, we must be willing to release the old. The idea that we can simply wish for a new reality without change is as absurd as trying to inhale without first exhaling. This understanding brings us to a fundamental truth. Sacrificing is not about losing. It's a transformative process where we renounce what is familiar and comfortable in exchange for something greater. Let's deepen this analogy. Just as nitrogen is essential to the life cycle of plants, our sacrifices and exchanges are essential for personal growth. Every decision to let go of a part of ourselves is like nourishing the soil of our future achievements. This is a powerful concept that, when embraced, can unlock untapped potential. So, as you reflect on this, don't forget to jot down these insights. The practice of writing reinforces our learning and solidifies our intention to actively participate in the exchanges that shape our journey. By understanding and applying the law of exchange, we prepare ourselves to receive the greatness the universe has in store for us. Let's delve further into the concept of sacrifice, a topic that can often feel confusing or misunderstood. If you find yourself struggling to grasp our explanations or feeling lost at any point, don't hesitate to pause and revisit the content. Sometimes, the most transformative ideas are the ones that challenge our understanding the most. Frequently, the term sacrifice is misunderstood, mistakenly associated with negative or sensationalist theories. It's essential to understand that the universe operates in a profoundly mental way. Our minds are not mere spectators of reality. They are its architects. This is one of the fundamental Hermetic principles taught by wise individuals throughout history. The universe is shaped, influenced, and constructed by the contours of our thoughts and beliefs. Our reality isn't simply something that happens to us. It's something we co-create with our thoughts, intentions, and emotions. Every thought we have, every emotion we feel, and every point of focus we choose represents an investment, and each investment shapes the frequency we emit, which in turn configures the reality we experience. When you encounter videos or theories that merely serve to feed fear and misinformation, question the actual value of those materials. Every video you watch, every article you read, every discussion you engage in represents an investment of your mental and emotional energy. This energy is converted into frequency, which shapes the reality you experience. So ask yourself, are these investments truly serving me? Are they contributing to the reality I wish to create? It's crucial to carefully curate what we allow to occupy our minds. What we choose to consume can either uplift us or bring us down. It's a choice we all must make consciously, every single day. Let's reconsider the meaning of sacrifice in our lives. Too often, we interpret this term with a negative connotation, associating it with painful loss. However, in the universe we live in, sacrifice carries a much deeper and more positive dimension. Sacrifice is about letting go of something limiting, something of lesser value, to embrace a greater and more enriching reality. This is the true spirit of sacrifice, an exchange of the inferior for the superior, of the limited for the expansive. Let's illustrate this concept with one of nature's most poetic metamorphoses, the transformation of a caterpillar into a butterfly. When the caterpillar enters its cocoon, it isn't merely preparing for a change. It is, in fact, renouncing its former form to emerge completely renewed. This natural cycle is a powerful mirror of our own capacity for transformation. The lower nature that the caterpillar leaves behind can be seen as our current limitations, fears, and insecurities, while the higher nature represents the expansion of our potential and the realization of our highest dreams. Thus, It's essential that we are willing to let go of this old version of ourselves to make way for something infinitely better. This doesn't come without challenges, as often our greatest obstacle is our attachment to the familiar and the comfortable. Yet, to reach new heights and truly experience the richness of the life we desire, a willingness to release the past is crucial. This concept of sacrifice, when understood and applied correctly, becomes a powerful tool for growth. It's not about loss. It's about strategic gain and evolution. By embracing this new definition, you open the door to a bright future filled with possibilities that can only be achieved through this conscious exchange. In this way, sacrifice transforms from a burden into a blessing, from an ending into an exciting new beginning. Now that you have absorbed a profound and liberating teaching, reciprocate this transformation with a simple gesture. Leave your like on this video. This not only strengthens our mission to spread this wisdom, it sends a clear signal that you are committed to your own evolution. In doing so, you join a community of seekers who have already decided to break the surface and dive deep into their true transformation. And what comes next? Get ready. Because in the next topic, we'll expose an invisible trap that keeps thousands trapped in unconsciously repeating the same results, and how to escape it with a simple but powerful adjustment of focus. Consider this scenario. To illustrate this better, let's imagine a situation many of us have experienced. Traveling abroad. You're in a country where you don't speak the local language, and the locals don't speak yours either. You enter a restaurant, but you understand the basic process. The waiter, although unable to speak your language, guides you to a table and hands you a menu. You don't understand what he's saying, and he doesn't understand you either. The waiter steps away to give you some time, then returns. You open the menu, point to the fish, and say, "I really don't want the fish." You keep looking at the fish on the menu, repeating, "I really don't want the fish," and gesturing as if to say, "Please don't give me the fish." Then you close the menu and say, "I'll have the steak special of the day." What do you think the waiter will bring you? But what does this really reveal about our choices and focus? This simple yet insightful example illustrates a profound truth about our reality. It's not merely about what we claim to want, but about where we direct our attention and energy. Often, we focus on what we want to avoid, not realizing that by doing so, we inadvertently attract exactly that. It's a lesson about the power of focus and how it shapes our experience. Your focus is the centralization of your energy. Where you choose to invest your attention, thoughts, and emotions dictates what you attract into your life. Every thought, every gaze, every feeling is an investment in the future you're creating. Just like in the restaurant, if you focus on the fish you don't want, you shouldn't be surprised when it ends up on your plate. Furthermore, every choice we make, whether consciously or not, deposits coins into the bank of the universe. These coins are investments in the reality we currently live in and the one we wish to achieve. To change what we receive, we must change what we give. This requires fundamentally altering our current state, our thoughts, emotions, and focus. To reach a state of being or a reality we've never experienced before, we must undergo a complete transformation. It's not about minor adjustments or surface-level changes. It's about a profound evolution of who we are. After all, to live in a new world, we must first become new people, ready to inhabit and thrive in the space we wish to create. You cannot maintain the same attitudes and expect the world around you to transform. As the saying goes, as within, so without. True transformation begins from the inside out. If you feel uncertain or confused about how to navigate this reality, we recommend watching our video, How to Be Smarter in the Game of Reality. 5 Rules, available in the description below. In it, we explore the essential rules that govern the order of the universe and how you can apply them to reach places you never imagined possible. Now, the key is to internalize the lessons from this video and apply them consciously in your daily life. This is what drives genuine, lasting change in your reality. However, this process requires a significant sacrifice, the sacrifice of your old paradigms. When we reveal who you need to leave behind to move forward, you'll understand the depth and necessity of this sacrifice. You already understand the value you're receiving here, and now it's your turn to give back with something simple but powerful. Leave your comment. Your voice is not only welcome, it is essential. Your every word is a clear signal to the universe that you are present, awake, and committed to your transformation. Furthermore, your comment strengthens this community of seekers who, like you, decided they were born for more. So write now in the comments, "I'm ready for my new version," and manifest that decision in the real world. We will read you, recognize you, and respond to you, because here you are, a living part of this march towards the extraordinary. Let's delve deeper into a fundamental truth we mentioned earlier, one that deserves more attention. Every single day, without exception, we negotiate with the universe. This negotiation is not based on superficial desires, but on the true value we offer and receive in return. Think of it as a spiritual return on investment, ROI. Every thought, every belief, every fragment of attention you give is the currency of this cosmic exchange. Contrary to popular belief, the universe does not simply respond to our desires. It responds to the frequency we emit, the essence of our convictions and identity. To truly interact with the universe and receive what we seek, we must transcend our human condition and begin to think and act as creators. What we exchange with the universe each day are our deepest beliefs, persistent thoughts, unwavering attention, and emotional conviction. These are the real variables that define our life experiences. And here, there is no room for pretense. Many try to adopt a spiritual facade, using symbols and words, but without genuine inner transformation. This might deceive others, but it will never deceive the universe. After all, we are part of the universe, a living expression of it, and it knows our true essence. Thus, when negotiating with the universe, never forget, you cannot simply ask without offering. You must authentically invest in what you wish to manifest. The energy you emit is the signal the universe receives and responds to. Every day, choose consciously what signals you are sending. Now is the time to align your actions, thoughts, and emotions with the frequencies that will bring about the transformations you desire. Because this knowledge resonates with you, it is because you are ready to take the next step towards your spiritual expansion. Therefore, we strongly recommend reading of The Power of the Subconscious, by Joseph Murphy, a true internal reprogramming manual with simple and powerful techniques to access your unlimited potential. The link to discover the book is in the first comment pinned below. Read and transform your subconscious into your greatest ally in manifesting wealth. By doing so, you join a select group of visionaries who not only consume knowledge, but apply it. Here, each of us has consciously chosen to walk a path of awakening, and you are already part of it. Now follow me, because in the next topic, we will reveal the true language of manifestation, a language that does not come from the mind, but from the heart, an ancestral key forgotten by most, but which has the power to transform your frequency, and with it, your entire reality. You can perform elaborate rituals and greet the world with grand gestures, but if your life remains unchanged, why is that? The answer lies in the essence of the energies you emit, what many call self-concept but is, in truth, the frequency you radiate into the universe. Think about what you carry with you every day when you leave your home, your beliefs and your thoughts. And when we talk about thoughts, we're not referring only to surface-level ones. In spirituality, there is an excessive focus on conscious thinking, but it is our emotions that hold the true transformative power. Emotions are the language of the divine, the language the subconscious mind understands best. They are pure energy, capable of transcending the limitations of the physical world and reaching the vast quantum field. The heart, that pulsating organ within us, forms long before the brain during fetal development, highlighting its primacy in our spiritual anatomy. It doesn't merely pump blood. It functions as an energetic command center, with an electromagnetic field up to 100 times more powerful than that of the brain. This is why Proverbs 4:23 advises us to guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This is not merely poetic advice, but a truth deeply rooted in ancient spiritual practices. For example, the Egyptians believed the heart was so essential that in the afterlife, it was weighed against the feather of truth to determine one's worthiness. Even the word decor, in I Know It by Heart, acknowledges that true knowledge comes less from the head and more from the heart. So, as you consider the frequencies you emit daily, ask yourself, what emotions am I allowing to guide these frequencies? How can I cultivate emotions that not only resonate on a surface level, but deeply connect with the universe and manifest the reality I wish to create? This reflection is not just an exercise in self-awareness, but an essential practice for anyone seeking genuine and lasting transformation. Returning to our discussion on thoughts, always keep in mind that only thoughts charged with emotion hold true power. Unfortunately, superficial thoughts lack significant impact. Emotionally intense thoughts are the ones you exchange daily with the universe. These thoughts engage your attention, emotional conviction, and identity, culminating in the creation of what many call the self-concept. This self-concept emits a specific frequency, which, in turn, tunes you into a specific reality. To reach places never explored before, we must recognize that profound changes are necessary. It's not enough to merely wish or attempt to think positively. Positivity, when not anchored in genuine transformation, can become superficial and ineffective. What truly matters is aligning our thoughts so that they correctly reflect the reality we wish to manifest. This means we must change not only where we place our attention, but also what we are emotionally convinced is true. Beyond that, it's necessary to completely transform the identity that has been imposed upon us or passively accepted throughout our lives. Each of these aspects, attention, emotional conviction, and identity, must be sacrificed and rebuilt. We are here with you, ready to help you shed the old layers of identity to reveal a new version of yourself, prepared to thrive in a new reality. Share in the comments how you feel about starting this process of changing your reality. Your feedback will help us guide you better. This process is not merely a change in thought, but a genuine metamorphosis of who we are, enabling us to move toward our boldest dreams. Listen closely. Before any definition based on color, gender, or stature, before being labeled as losers or kings, or any other labels you've been given, remember, these are merely superficial layers. At your core, you are beings free from the limitations of the three-dimensional world. This world operates under the illusion of duality and polarity, where everything is perceived through contrasts and oppositions, limiting our true essence and potential. To truly transcend the reality, it's necessary to go beyond these three-dimensional constraints. Regarding the sacrifice we mentioned, we are often advised to return to traditional beliefs or practices to renounce the new perspectives we've explored. However, true sacrifice isn't about rejecting the knowledge or spirituality that has expanded our vision. It's about transcending the self that is firmly rooted in the limited identities and roles society has imposed upon us. The time has come to confront a profound truth. The individual who needs to be sacrificed is the one you've always known. This self, with all its experiences, highs and lows, is what must be transformed. This self has supported you, abandoned you, disappointed you, and elevated you. The process of sacrifice is not an end, but a rebirth. Sacrificing this old self is essential to release a new version of yourself, one that is aligned with your highest aspirations and true potential. We are here to guide you through this renewal, helping you break free from old identities and embrace a fulfilling existence. In this new reality, you are no longer defined by imposed limitations, but by the infinite capacity to create and transform. Now, it may seem we're joking, and in a way we are, but not entirely. The sacrifice we need to make is of ourselves, our current self, to fully embrace our desired self. It's not possible to hold on to both. You can't sit in 2 chairs at once, sleep in 2 beds, or chase 2 rabbits simultaneously, because in the end you'll catch neither. Now is the moment to make a definitive decision. In the comments, share. Are you choosing to remain as you are, or are you ready to evolve? The choice is clear, and if the answer is to maintain the status quo, perhaps it's worth reconsidering why you're here. We are here to assist in this transformation. To make this change happen, you'll need to let go of many of the concerns currently occupying your mind. You must release what's stressing you, what excites you superficially, and what irritates you. You must set aside these old perceptions and your limited view of the world. It's a long list, but it's essential. Where are you placing your attention? What are you allowing to capture your focus? You need to renounce all of it, every aspect, because until you do, you'll remain bound by a definition of sacrifice that holds you back from moving forward. Remember, sacrificing doesn't mean losing something valuable. It means letting go of something of a lower nature to embrace something of a higher nature. This is true transformation, leaving behind what limits us to embrace what elevates us. Together, let's release these smaller concerns to achieve a fuller, more fulfilled existence. And we promise you, in your desired self, today's worries won't exist anymore. As you face these concerns, you'll have the opportunity to choose between the frequencies of the past and the future. Every day, we make an exchange with the universe. We approach the counter of reality and negotiate, saying, "We give this in exchange for that." It's important to remember that this isn't about superficial desires, but the impact of our frequencies. These frequencies are shaped by 5 essential elements we've explored in depth in a previous video. Let me quickly remind you of them. 1. Perceive reality, beyond the physical. 2. View life as a game. 3. Internal change before external change. 4. Understand reality as a mental and spiritual game. 5. Manifest the frequency before taking action. These are the 5 rules for mastering reality, but it is extremely important to know these 5 rules in depth. So I strongly recommend that if you haven't seen our video, 97% are trapped in this game. 5 rules to escape now. Get rich. Watch it below, so I'll leave a card above so you can get to know it. The universe has one goal in this interaction. It seeks an emotional reaction from us. Every event, every challenge, is an opportunity to choose between 2 frequencies. Every decision and emotional response is a selection of the frequency we want to strengthen. Unfortunately, there are no pauses in this process. No matter what happens, we are constantly choosing our frequency, building the path to our future. The concerns that stress us now won't affect our desired self in the same way. As long as these worries disturb us, we remain stuck in our current self. This means we need to develop robust emotional resilience. Only then can we overcome internal stress, which will gradually reduce external stress. We invite you to reflect on how your daily emotional reactions are shaping your experiences and how you can start consciously choosing frequencies that align with the self you wish to become. This is an invitation to profound transformation, where we don't just change our thoughts, but our entire emotional and spiritual reality. The universe is ready to conspire in your favor, bringing everything you need to succeed. To accelerate your mastery of reality and lead you to triumph, we've created an exclusive ebook, The Science Behind the Law of Attraction: How Positive Thoughts Shape Your Reality. It's an essential read for those looking to reprogram their minds today and live their dreams tomorrow. Download it now in the pinned comment below. One of the quotes we deeply value comes from the philosopher James Allen, who taught us, "He who cannot command himself under great stress is not fit to govern his own reality." This statement underscores a profound truth. Until we can overcome our internal storms, the external storms will continue to affect us. It's imperative to understand and apply this wisdom, for an elevated frequency doesn't simply translate to constant smiles. It represents an advanced state of consciousness, an elevated perspective that enables us to climb the metaphorical mountains of our spiritual journey through life. Every significant prophet in the Bible ascended a mountain to meet with the divine. Psalm 230 refers to the place where God is seen as pineal, symbolizing spiritual ascent rather than just physical. Similarly, when Moses, Jesus, or Elijah faced great challenges, they literally and figuratively climbed mountains, transcending the ordinary and the earthly to reach divine understanding. We must aspire to this kind of ascent. It's necessary to rise above the trivialities of daily life to reach the summit of our desired realities. There are simple questions we can ask to evaluate whether we are truly letting go of what's necessary to transform our lives. However, before taking these steps, it's vital to understand that this knowledge forms a complex system, a spiritual science that must be followed meticulously. Just as Franklin Saint taught his disciples to transform basic elements into something far more valuable, we are here to guide you in creating a new frequency for your life. Every element, every step we take together is critical. Omitting a single aspect can lead to unpredictable and chaotic results. This process is far from excessive. It is the essence of true spiritual transformation. Now, as you are here absorbing knowledge that most will never have access to, content that elevates, transforms, and awakens, it's time to leave your mark right now. Give a like now, not just as a gesture of support, but as a symbolic act of belonging to a spiritual elite that does not live by chance, but by purpose. This like is not an ordinary click. It is the seal of those who are ready to ascend, of those who do not watch passively, but actively participate in their own reprogramming. Press that button like someone pressing the accelerator of your new reality. You are not alone on this journey. Here, your every step is accompanied by minds that vibrate at the same frequency. Seekers, awakened, transformers. And in the next topic, we'll dive into one of the most underrated truths of modern spirituality: the power of seeing the world through the eyes of the self you are still creating. This is where transformation stops being theory and becomes identity. We must always question ourselves, knowing that true sacrifice emerges from a singular focus, seeing reality through the lens of our desired self. Every moment of choice, every decision we make, reflects a battle between two distinct frequencies. You're not just choosing between daily options, you're defining the path of your life. How would your ideal self resolve the challenges you face? How would you act? What thoughts would dominate your mind? Where would you focus your attention? What identity would you assume? What would be your core beliefs? To step into our desired self, we must be willing to release every obsolete belief, every misdirected fragment of attention, and every thought that no longer serves our purpose. Every emotion that doesn't align with our desired frequency must be acknowledged and released. We are invited to break free from the past, from the current self we know and are comfortably addicted to. This is not just about change, it's about profound transformation, a renewal of our being. The new self we aspire to be is trying to find room to manifest, but is constantly obstructed by the old layers of identity that still occupy our being. Our task is to clear these spaces, to purify our mind and spirit so that this new version of ourselves can thrive. By altering our perception, we alter our projection. This is the power of personal metamorphosis. When we adjust the lens through which we see the world, we don't just change how we see, we change what we see. And by changing what we see, we transform our reality into something aligned with our higher self, the one we are destined to become. The transformation we seek involves a profound shift in the vibrations of each of our qualities, each demanding systematic correction and renewal. As the Bible so wisely says in Romans, "Be transformed by the renewal of your mind." We must be prepared to face the challenges that arise, not with impulsive reactions, but with a reflective pause. The truth is, we cannot control the first thought that comes to mind, but we have full mastery over the second. In this moment of reflection, we should ask ourselves, how would my desired self react? How would they act in this situation? What thoughts would they have? What would their beliefs be? What would their identity look like? By practicing this exercise, we are not merely thinking. We are actively accessing a parallel universe where this reality already exists. By connecting with that universe, we begin to bring forth the necessary frequencies to materialize this new reality in our present world. This is the true challenge: to abandon the inferior in favor of the superior. To illustrate, consider once again the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. You are a caterpillar, longing to become a butterfly. To do so, you must let go of the caterpillar. A caterpillar does not think like a butterfly, and a butterfly does not think like a caterpillar. The caterpillar cannot perceive the world from the perspective of a butterfly until it allows itself to undergo this radical transformation. Similarly, we must leave behind the limitations of our current form to embrace a new perspective that already exists in the plane of our desired reality. As we know, the future is an illusion, a concept that, while common, has no real existence beyond our mental projections. Instead of placing our hopes in a tomorrow that never arrives as we imagine, we must live intensely in the present, the only time that truly exists. From this moment on, let's embark on this journey of enriching attitude with the channel, embracing the frequency shift that redefines our existence. To inspire you further, let us share a true story of someone we know. For privacy reasons, we will omit the name. He was a determined entrepreneur, struggling to increase his revenue, stuck at $40,000 per month for almost a year. With a significant shift in his frequency, living his future in the present, he broke through that plateau and achieved $100,000 in just 15 days. How did he do it? By simply stopping the repetition of old patterns and making space to become someone he had never been before. For all of us, entrepreneurs and dreamers alike, the message is clear. If we want to transcend our current limits and reach heights we've never explored, we must be willing to sacrifice our current conceptions. This includes our worldview, deeply rooted beliefs, preconceived identity, habitual thoughts, and emotional convictions. All of these elements make up the basis of the frequency we emit into the universe. Now that you understand the power of sacrifice, it is essential that you watch the video. Disappear as a poor man, come back as a rich man. 30 days that change everything. Get Rich, where we show how to raise your frequency and transform your life in 30 days. To learn more about it, click on the video that will appear on the final screen. Keeping in mind the basis of the frequency that we emit into the cosmos, we must, therefore, sacrifice ourselves in our current self, choosing to renounce the lower nature, the one that keeps us tied to the known and comfortable, to embrace a higher nature, the one that challenges us to grow and evolve. This is the essence of the transformation we propose here. So, let the lesson remain with you. Giving up the inferior to reach the superior is not a loss, but the greatest of all possible gains in the march of self-improvement. You have just accessed content that few minds are prepared to absorb, and the simple fact that you have come this far proves that you are part of those who chose to awaken to a new reality. Now give back this valuable learning we gave you. Leave your like as a symbol of its expansion. Share who you want to see growing up with. Sign up no channel and become a member of the vibrational elite who are shaping the new world. Here, your every action reverberates towards your greatness. Now click on the video that will appear on the final screen, as it will show you how to raise your frequency and transform your life in 30 days. See you on the other side.